Hey, what's up guys? Dominique Danielle here, and I am back with another story time. And this one is a little different from the others. So I'm gonna tell you about the time that I was sexually harassed in public by a stranger.
Tell 'em, I go crazy.
Okay, so you would be surprised with the type of shit that happens in my life on a day-to-day basis when I walk outside. You have no idea. Just walking outside is like a disaster. So, with that being said, this is 3 years ago, okay? I am working in radio at the time, and they were having this big concert event, and for the first time, I didn't have to work that day, so I decided to attend the concert as just a guest. I'm downtown Atlanta. I go get my friend, who is still my friend to this day. I love him to death. I'm gonna call him Jeremiah. I go and get my friend Jeremiah to go to this concert with me. We get dressed and get our butts downtown and everything. I get the passes, you know, I go park downtown. I'm good. You know, we pulling into the parking garage, I park, and I'm looking cute, okay? I ain't even gonna lie. I was slaying. But no, the whole purpose was, yes, I was looking cute. I got dressed, you know, it wasn't no work apparel, no job look, nothing. I had my top cropped. I had, you know, my pants was cute fitting. They were cute. Hair was down, you know, curled, hit right. I was A1, you know. My homeboy Jeremiah was banging in his thing, you know, and he's a tall guy. So he was extra, you know, classy, you know, just, you know, these, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we decide we're gonna go and we're gonna walk down the sidewalk to Phillips Arena. We decide to walk on the side where the restaurants are. I forgot the name of it, but the restaurant that's on the left side of the street, if you're going that direction from where we're coming from. As I look ahead, I see about 3 guys that's walking on the same direction as us as we're walking down and walking up the sidewalk. I think nothing of it. That happens all the time, right? Right. As we're walking, me and him, me and Jeremiah, we talking. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm just excited to go, you know, this year I ain't gotta work, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, just we talking. All of a sudden, as we go to walk past the guy literally turns around. As I walk past him, he turns around and grabs my ass. But not just grabbing my ass. He cuffed under my ass and touched my vagina. It was one of the most violating feelings in my fucking life. You don't understand. To have somebody sexually assault you in that way, it is something beyond icky. In that moment, I felt completely violated. I had never felt that way before. I felt completely out of control of myself. It made me angry because he touched me in a place that, first and foremost, I am very selective about who I give myself to. I don't play that shit. So then for a complete stranger to cuff my ass and rub my vagina, it makes me mad. It makes me mad right now, just discussing it, like seriously. It was one of the most disgusting feelings I had ever had from like human interaction. Just a human to even, it was gross. At this point, I'm so angry and so uncomfortable that it made me want to fight. As soon as he did it, I turned around and I was like, you bitch. And I went to punch his ass. I went to punch him and he moved his face. And I was like, don't you ever fucking touch me, you fucking pervert. Like, and I snapped. Like when I tell you I snapped, I had no control. And so his 2 friends was like, oh man, she ain't, don't worry about her. I was like, I will whoop every last one of you bitches. Like, I completely snapped. Like, I had no control. Bro, I was like, Dominique, calm down. Just come on, it's gonna be all right. It's like, no, don't you ever fucking touch me ever again, you fucking pervert. You're a rapist. More than likely, you probably raped women before. If you could do something like that to a fucking stranger, it's something wrong with you. I snapped. Dude's gonna try to laugh it off. Man, bro, whatever. Let's go. Come on. It took all of my power not to run and hit him in the head from behind. Like, it took all of my being. To this day, I could, if I seen the see, I get mad sometimes when I relive stories. It was one that I relived in a way to where I felt so uneasy and so humiliated. I feel like any man that can do that to a woman he has no idea who she is, he not right in the head. I doubt if he stole or took, you know, like if he raped or had taken something from a woman before, to feel that comfortable with doing that to me just because of the way I look. And I could tell he was shocked that I had the temper that I had, because clearly he didn't expect for me to go to hit him in his face, because when I went to swing and hit him in his face, he moved. And I was like, bitch, don't you ever fucking touch me. What's wrong with, like, I snapped. Missed his face, I punched him in the chest, and then I pushed back, like pushed him back, like, never touch me. So as they laughed and walked off or whatever, I had no control, no composure. And at that point, I didn't care if I had any control or composure after that type of disrespect. For a man to grab your ass, it's an uncomfortable feeling when it's a stranger, period. He grabs your ass and grabs it to where he cuffs underneath you and rubs your vagina. All of my being not to follow him home and hurt him. Pray to God that don't ever happen again or anything worse, because to be quite honest with you, I realized at that moment I did not have all my right mind. This man was taller than me, he was bigger than me, but I didn't give two shits. It took me about an hour to calm down. It took me about an hour to not be screaming, mad screaming, like finna wanna f everything up, wanna throw stuff, It took about an hour for me to get to that point where I didn't want to feel, like, where I didn't feel that way. We kind of walked, me and Jeremiah, we kind of walked toward the Phillips Arena. We kind of still kept walking or whatnot, but the whole time I'm walking down the street screaming, mad, like a mad person. And in that moment, it made me realize that men sometimes, not all men, but for his friends to know that that's what he did to me, and then try to play me like I'm crazy, or tried to play me like I was, it was me that was the problem. That shit made me really angry in a whole nother way. Here it is, had a homosexual man on the street and grabbed his whole crotch. I don't believe he would feel comfortable. I don't believe that he would have been like, oh, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He would have probably felt violated in one of the most strongest ways, period, point blank. Not only is it a man that's hitting on you and grabbing your crotch, but it's a complete fucking stranger and you're not gay. Don't get me wrong. I love men, but I don't want no stranger grabbing and touching me in that way whatsoever, ever in life. I was so angry, I didn't know what to do. And then finally, I kind of started calming down and whatnot. And we go into Phillips Arena or whatever. And for the first 20 minutes of the concert, I couldn't really enjoy myself. I felt the feeling of my vagina being touched. Like it made me so upset. Like, I will never forget that ever in life. If that bastard happens to watch or see any of my stuff, I think you should get help. Something is wrong with you to touch and grab a complete stranger in that way and actually think that that's okay. Something's wrong. I wouldn't doubt if that nigga was peeking in people's windows and sneaking in. Something's wrong with him. 20 to 30 minutes passed by and I finally calmed down a little bit. The concert's going and we get into the concert and finally I'm feeling it. But to be honest with you, I still felt uneasy that entire day. I felt uneasy about it for at least about a week. I could still feel the way that felt for a stranger to touch me in that way. I hated it. So for all women, out there walking, make sure, and I had someone with me. I had a male with me. You get what I'm saying? So for them to do that with a man standing next to me, it's gotta be some crazy up individuals out here, period. Make sure that, good men look out for the girls and women. Don't be walking places by yourself and all that other stuff, especially sometimes the city is so, it can be really dangerous the way people do things now. Be safe. Keep some mace or a taser or something. Because if I would have had mace, a taser or something, I would have maced or tased every last one of them and had them laying out seasoned on, and I would have beat them until the police came. Like fought, literally kicking and punching them while they're pulsing from electric shock. And I would have beat the whole shit out of them until the police came. But I didn't. So, ladies, make sure you get you some mace, all that. Because people are out of their minds. You got to be out of your mind to do that. After the day or whatever went on, I went on and, after a week or so, I finally started to kind of, come back to myself, not feel so really? Like you feel like defenseless. Because you can't control what people do. In that moment, I realized I can't control what people do when they're doing it to me. I mean, I've always known that, but to feel it in that way, it's too much. Make sure you guys be careful out there. I got plenty more story time, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And, leave some comments. Tell me about something that ever happened to you before. Something like that. I want to know, because we all go through something, right? Right. Anyway, until next time, bye.